welcome to the Diamond Niner Fans podcast for the week of March 12th, 2018. I'm Nick, and as always, I'm joined by Kevin.
What's up, Niner Nation?
Also, just so we clear up any confusion, there are actually always more than just me and Kevin here at Diamond Niner Fans World Headquarters. This entire time, if you are hearing mine and Kevin's voices, we are also here with producer Brad. He's been here the whole time. He does not have a microphone, not yet anyway. I mean, come on, folks. You didn't think that Kevin and I knew how to run all this technology stuff, did you?
No, we're just the two bad fans, and Brad brought the microphones.
We talk. That's about all we are qualified to do, and some will even disagree with that.
So Brad is responsible for. He thought it was a good idea to put microphones in front of us too. So we should start giving out his email address, and when people you direct all hate mail to producer Brad. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it, Kevin? I like it. All right, folks, we got a big week to talk about here. We're recording this show on a Sunday night. Believe it or not, it is actually Selection Sunday. That's right. Even as we speak, like the selection show is going on, even as we are talking baseball here. So right at this very moment, the NCAA Basketball Tournament Committee is serving their corporate media overlords and cramming as many 18-win power conference teams into the basketball tournament as possible. Kevin, do we care about that? It's baseball season, Nick.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, March. It's baseball season. Come on.
It's been baseball season for a month now.
Come on. The world's got to catch up. So, no, we're not even watching the selection show. We do know by now Conference USA has been excluded from the tournament as far as at-large bids go. We are a one-bid league officially. Middle Tennessee State, despite all their wins and strength of schedule and all that good stuff. They're going to the NIT. So, yeah.
33 RPI.
Yeah,
NIT.
33 RPI. If this happened in baseball, we would be absolutely standing on our heads. But it is what it is, Kevin. Basketball is another problem for another day, I suppose. We just continue to be humbled by the feedback we have gotten from you guys. If you feel moved to say hello, make sure and drop us a line. Diamond9ER Fans on Twitter, Diamond Niner Fans on Facebook, or you can email us at diamond9erfans@gmail.com. We love hearing from you folks. We've talked to some of you in person, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, but we just love talking to you guys. Another week, actually, and another first from Diamond Niner Fans. Last week, we told you that we had our first international listener. This week, we have created, we've achieved a new milestone. We actually have our first hater. And it's awesome. We got our first thumbs down rating on YouTube. We could not be more ecstatic about this, actually. This begs the question, how in the world were we on the internet, Kevin, for a whole month before somebody didn't like us?
It's unbelievable. Somebody took the time to give us a thumbs down. We asked for feedback and we got it, right?
I thought everybody hated everything on the internet.
Well, like us, our average is pretty good with thumbs up to thumbs down. So
we're not doing this internet thing right. We only have one hater, or at least somebody who hates us enough to actually tell us.
I think you're asking for haters, it sounds like.
Hey, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's attention, isn't it? I mean, whatever. You got to really make somebody mad in order for them to take the time enough to tell them that they dislike you, or maybe that's what the internet's really for. It's easy to tell people. I don't know. So anyway, but there it is. We have a hater. So
another milestone.
Another milestone. I don't know what it's going to be next week, but we'll have to see what else we can come up with for next week. Our leadoff segment, Kevin. Let's accentuate the positive here, shall we? Yesterday, being Saturday, tailgating on campus. We had an awesome morning hanging out there outside the Haze and talking to a lot of people.
Yeah, it was a great time. We hadn't had a chance to tailgate much. We didn't tailgate any during basketball season. We had obviously football season. Had a lot of tailgates, saw a lot of good people out there. But Saturday was awesome. I want to thank Rob Dibble with the Normulence. He came out. Great to see him. A lot of other fans I hadn't seen in a while. Met a lot of new fans and a lot of listeners that came up to us and said they enjoyed what we do here. So it was nice to put some faces to names that we've seen, and talk to some students, talk to a lot of older alums. So great day at the Hayes.
Met some parents.
Met a lot of parents, yeah.
Met Matt Brooks' mom and dad.
Yeah, nice folks. We had a great time, like we always do it when we get together. It's a great thing we do, and I just wish we could do more of it. It's Rob. He's come to probably at least one baseball game in the past 4 or 5 years. First time he had an ambulance, I think it's when we tailgated down that right field line where the players' entrance. And our friends at Parking Services had a hard time with him parking on the grass there. So
yeah.
But yeah, he's come to a tailgate about once a year, and for baseball. Well,
I think what we can do with Rob is if we call Rob and say, man, this is important, we need you to come out, then he's there.
Yeah,
right.
Yep. He said he's not even a baseball fan. I mean, I can't imagine that. His name is Rob Dibble. He's got
that just blows my mind.
Got the nasty boy name.
Yeah.
But he loves the Niners, and he came and watched the game, and had a good time tailgating.
It's little bit scary though, Kevin. There are some scary parts to this because and it just hit me all of a sudden. We're standing out there, and when we put this on the internet, and we're blown away and amused that people actually listen to us talk. But when people come up to you and they not only say, hey, we listened to your show, but then they start like quoting you or saying, I like it when you said, or I remember when you said, and you hear your words coming back to you. I mean, that's pretty scary. It's like, whoa, they're not only listening, it's like they actually rememred something I said.
Well, it's scary when they say, which one of you said this? Or,
yeah, and we both point at the other one.
Yeah. But yeah, we've had 100% positive feedback, except for the one thumbs down, but that's anonymous. Great talking to folks out there, and just trying to support the program and do what we can to get things rolling. Had a great time tailgating. It's always great tailgating at on campus.
And can we just and I'll do it. I'll go on record. Can we just give East Carolina their fan base anyway? We'll give East Carolina's fans credit where credit's due. Man, those people they like to have a good time. They show up, and this was the impression I got from them. It was not hey, we're here because baseball's here. We're here because the Pirates are here. We're here because we're all here. We're here to see each other. Right. And their sense of community, their culture is just, I mean, I'd like to say something bad about them here, but I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, they've got a great baseball fan culture. And, we had a few of them over at the tailgate and had a good time.
Can I give a shout out to D? D from Forest City.
Nice.
I'm sure you're not listening, but this ECU fan, this lady, very nice lady, was looking for a place to park. She rolls up on our tailgate and says, rolls down her window and says, where can I park? And we explained to her where she needed to go. And then a few minutes later, she comes back. She's not there. She wasn't there with anybody. She had driven from Forest City, North Carolina, walked up to our tailgate, came up to the Normulance, pulls out a bottle of a brand new unopened fifth of chocolate flavored whiskey. I know. You're either going, that might be all right, or you're cringing, right? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't know there was such a thing. But Dee just rolls up on the tailgate with her own bottle of whiskey and says, hey, who wants some? And she's this ECU fan, and she's just hanging out with all of us. She was totally just there to have a good time.
Yep, she loved everything. She was taking selfies with everybody, and who knows where those pictures are. But had a good time. I mean, it's good interacting with other opponents' fan base. Like I said, great to have Dibble and Rob Dibble and the Normulance and some of our fan base out there for a big game that we had at the Hayes, and hope to see more of it.
Yeah. If you're thinking that maybe it sounds like we had a good time and you missed out on it, well, you did. So, but hey, we'll do it again, and we'll keep working on getting more of you out there. Of course, I mean, we're talking about who was there yesterday. If you're listening to this You were at the Hayes yesterday, right, Kevin? We're preaching to the choir here.
More than likely, unless you're out of town.
Yeah, unless you're one of our international listeners, or exactly right.
That's right. We are international.
That's right. We're so that's the good stuff. It was awesome. We had a great time. But we need to talk about the week that was, Kevin. That Tuesday was disappointing, not because of anything that happened on the field, but because nothing happened on the field.
Right.
A massive rainstorm.
Yeah, it got rained out at High Point. I think the guys got some work down at the cages at off-campus facility, but at least he got some practice in. But we didn't get any game action.
The last season they'll have to do that, by the way.
Yes, that's big time when that new on-campus hitting facility. That's going to be huge.
This time next year, when it rains, the guys have to go nowhere. They'll be practicing right there at the Hayes. So nothing doing. No baseball on Tuesday. We all had to do with our lives whatever it is we normally do. Tailgate prep. How about that?
Well, there was a press conference on Tuesday I went to.
Oh yeah, that's right, Kevin. You did go to a press conference. Didn't you? What was that about?
It was the Mike Hill press conference for the new AD position.
Didn't you get did you get your picture made with Mike Hill?
I did.
You did? Did you tweet that picture for DNF?
No. Well, no, I didn't.
Maybe that needs to happen.
Okay.
Maybe we need to put that picture out there. Kevin did. Kevin got to go do that. I didn't. Some of us have to work, folks. I couldn't make it happen. So yeah, it's true. At 3:00 on Friday, I was at the Hayes, but on Tuesday afternoon, I had to work. So, we'll get that. Maybe we'll get that picture out there to you, Kevin and Mike Hill.
People don't want to see me.
Yeah, but they want to see Mike Hill.
That's true.
That's true. All right, so no baseball, but a press conference on Tuesday. It all comes down to 3 games this weekend. Why don't we unpack those games with ECU, starting with Friday afternoon?
All right. Well, like you said, 3-game series. I think they had a returning starter coming in against us on Friday. We lost, 3-1. Mm-hmm. Trey Benton, right-hander, sophomore from ECU. He pitched a great game. We couldn't really square him up much, and took us till later in the game. Well, couldn't get anything going offensively, really. He pitched into the 9th inning. We didn't make him pitch a lot of pitches. We were pretty aggressive, which is a good thing. Sometimes there's a fine line there, being aggressive. Sometimes it bites you, but he didn't throw a lot of pitches. Made it to the 9th inning, and he had a heck of a game. Nothing.
He did to us what Colton Laws did to them on Friday last year.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it was something to watch. I mean, again, credit where credit's due. I mean, he was. Yeah, Josh had a nice game, right?
Yeah, on our end, we had Josh. Josh was continued his great season. He had a great outing for us, kept us in the game, good enough to win it. And unfortunately, we couldn't solve the offensive issues, and he couldn't scratch enough runs to get the victory in that one.
I think it's safe to say Josh pitched well enough on Friday to win a lot of games,
right? Like he's done all year.
Just not that one.
Right. It was a good pitcher's duel. I mean, if you're in the pitcher's duel, that's what we had on Friday at the Hayes. So tough one to lose, 3-1. But
how about just to stick with pitching there? What about Carson?
Yeah, well, Pinckney came in and relieved Josh, and he went through the meat of their order. He came in to face the meat of their order and pretty much sat him down, kept us right in that ball game.
Mm-hmm. Gave him 1 hit in 2 innings.
Yeah, so he had a good outing. He was good to see. And I think, did Bruce come in the 9th?
Yeah, Colby came in for 1.
So, yep, good action out of the bullpen for game 1. Like I said, we just couldn't scratch enough runs across to keep that one going.
Yeah, and just I mean, really is a total effort by the pitching staff there. But that was definitely Pinckney's. I mean, he's obviously young in his career here, but definitely Pinckney's best work so far as a Niner. That was we need to see more of that. That was definitely impressive.
Yeah, hopefully it builds confidence moving forward.
Yeah. So, we're leaving there on Friday. Well, obviously disappointed, showing some appreciation for their performance. But coming back Saturday, after we hung out with D from Forest City, we go into the Hayes for 2, thinking, okay, well, let's get back in this and see what we can do. That first game of the doubleheader on Saturday was, not terrible.
It was another pitcher's duel. Nobody scored first 6 innings. Matt Brooks did a great job for us. Had another good start moving. He's progressing well since the Georgia series 2 weeks ago. He's followed it up with 2 really good starts. So nobody scored either side through 6. They kind of jumped on us. I think Matt got up there in the pitch count. I think he threw 87, which wasn't too bad, but went to the bullpen and we just couldn't keep them off the board. They got 4 on us in the 7th. We bounced right back, scored 2, cut it in half. ECU got 2 more in the 9th, and then we came back with a rally got 3 on the board, but just couldn't close the deal. Couldn't close it out.
I think we had the winning run at first.
I believe so.
I think that's right. The thing about it is, and this is actually a comment about all 3 games. The thing that strikes you about watching East Carolina is that they are just so clean defensively. They play phenomenal defense, and their third baseman, Connor Linton, they need to. I need to see what year he is. They need to enjoy him while he's there because that guy's going in the draft.
Yeah. He made some good plays over there, that's for sure.
He killed us on Friday. With a double play.
Double play ball, yeah.
Which I've been told, by the way, he did not have his foot on the bag, but I was out of position to see it, and so was the umpire, by the way. So was the umpire. The umpire couldn't see it any better than I could because they had shifted over because of the runners. But he still made a phenomenal play. He goes up in the air to get a ball, snags it out of the air, lands on third base supposedly, and fires it to first in time. You won't see a better play over there at third base than Litton made, and it killed. We had momentum right there. I think it was in the 5th inning of that game on Friday, and he just killed us. And he did it all. He did it all day Saturday too. That and their shortstop.
Yeah, they were, like you said, they were clean defensively, and they're a good team. They're 18th in the country for a reason. They had some pitching woes on the weekends, and they adjusted their rotation, and they looked like the 18th ranked team in the country this weekend. And the first 2 games of the series, we were right there with them, neck and neck. Pitchers duel, both games were pitchers duels, I think, and we were right there with them, 18th ranked team in the country. You hate to say, hey, we were right there with them, and like a moral victory. You hate to say that, but hey, this is what we're going to see week in and week out in Conference USA. But the first 2 games, I thought we were right there with them. Game 3 of Game 2 of the doubleheader, started getting a little weather. It was kind of dreary and nasty out, but Cooner got the ball for that one. He struggled a little bit early. I know he had a big game against NC State. He's had some good starts, and then this was definitely his roughest one. But they got to him pretty early, and they didn't look back really. And offensively we couldn't really figure out their starter. They threw in Tyler Smith into their weekend rotation, and he kept us off the board for the most part. They had good. I think the story of the weekend is their starting pitching. They got it done.
They had answers,
and we couldn't figure out. We just couldn't square up the ball. Couldn't get the runs across at the right time. We had some chances, but they pitched well this weekend, and we pitched pretty good too, I'd say. But just didn't work out. Game 3 was 12-2. We got some guys, some at bats that hadn't played a little bit.
Well, and I like what you brought up there about the term moral victory, right? The term moral victory. I don't think you and I are interested in moral victories, and right,
and
right. Well, I'm just gonna say. I mean,
No.
I know 4 other guys that aren't interested in moral victories. Their names are Hibbs, Doty, Robinson, and Simmons.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's
and anybody on that ball club that no one likes to use it. I didn't even want to. I shouldn't even use that term. But
well, I mean it.
You go up against the 18th ranked team in the country.
Sometimes you wish you had a better word, but sometimes that's the term, right? I mean that's what we're talking about here. And I'm not gonna sit here and try to sell you a bill of goods either. That we got swept this weekend at home, and I saw all the good in it. But it's not like it was terrible.
Right.
Okay. There are some things there. We competed well for a couple of games, and they are definitely at a different program wise. Not just the team this year, but programmatically, East Carolina's at a different place than we are. But I mean, Lauren even said this himself, last night, that this is what we can expect to see. And if we want to be who we say we're going to be, then this is the standard. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we've played a tough schedule. This is part of it. Doesn't get any easier. So they're kind of where we want to be, and then that's what we're going to see if we want to be there.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've got some guys that, we've got newcomers that are making contributions all over the place, and people are getting kind of getting things into shape. I'm on, we try to spread credit around where credit's due, and I just want to say I'm going to give a shout out to Tate Pennington. Can I do that?
It's your show once again.
It's not. No. Don't you throw that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
No, definitely.
This is producer Brad's show.
You should definitely give a shout out to Tate Pennington.
He made a play over there behind second for a double play that's as good as you'll see. I mean, he is to be thrown in the fire like that as a freshman. I like that.
Yeah, 2 for 4 in game 2 with 3 RBIs. So doing it with the bat and with the leather.
And when we talk about this every year though. When we bring freshmen in, you don't ever know. You know what you're going to get and how long it's going to take them to get adjusted and things like that. And I mean, Tate's got he's got obviously a ton of potential, but he's handling things really well right now. I'm impressed.
Yep, batting .355. Started 9 games out of 10 he's played. So
yeah, I have no complaints. And we got some more guys that we're going to talk about in future shows too. But that's just a shout out for Tate. But Kevin, you want to put a bow on that weekend?
Well, I mean, we had some offensive performers. We had 2 for 4 on Friday with the RBI. And Reese was 2 for 3 in game 1 and game 3. And like I said, Pennington had 3 RBIs in the second game, and Bullock 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Dom was 2 for 4 with a run scored. So we had people producing some runs there, but we just couldn't get enough of them. Wish we could have saved some from last week, but
we need wouldn't that be good? We needed a few timely hits. And I mean, that's what it boils down to. I would say that's a difference between where we are as a club and where a top 25 club is going to be, is in those key moments where they need the big hit or the big defensive play or the big pitch, right? They get it. And we were right there where we had those moments where, okay, it could go either way right here. And more often than not this weekend, we just didn't. Yeah, we didn't deliver. I mean,
we didn't hit it where they won't. We didn't hit it where they ain't this weekend. So
and we did, especially yesterday, we did do that a lot. We seemed to even when we were hitting some balls sharply, we seemed to hit them. We hit them right where they were. Right. Yeah. I mean, it just happens. But baseball's a funny game. So it is what it is. Anything else you want to say?
I mean, there's some positives to, like I said, there's a positive to move forward with, and like I said, we'll see this type of caliber teams in our conference, and I think with the schedule we played up to this point, I think we're well prepared. Mm-hmm. We know what we need to do as a team, and Lauren mentioned adjustments. He said they're in the process of making some adjustments.
An ongoing process.
Yeah, we know what we need to be. We know what we need to do to get there, and we've prepared ourselves well in the early season schedule for conference. And I kind of like where we are now. They picked us to finish 6th. I think we're a little bit better than that. So,
talking about in the league.
Yeah. Overall, after the first few weeks of the season, I think we'll do better than 6th in the league. But still a long ways to go.
I like your chances on that.
30 games in conference coming up. So
yeah. And that's the big thing, folks. I know it seems like we just started here, but the out of conference schedule weekend wise is over. We're done now. The only out of conference games we play are going to be weekday contests. So let's because it's this weekend was rough, yeah, obviously, but there's really no time to dwell on that. We got another big week coming up, and it starts right away on Tuesday.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Wake Forest, we got them coming to the BB&T ballpark on Tuesday. Great venue for ball. Looking forward to getting out there and seeing that ballpark for the first time this year. Wake Forest, they were in the Super Regional last year. They were one game away from going to Omaha last year. I think they lost a lot from that team. I think they had 8 guys drafted from that ball club. So they're kind of, rebuilding a little bit. I read a stat. They said that they had 6 freshmen starting at some point in the field this season, and so they've got some holes to fill. They're about 500 in the. I think they were 7-7 on the season thus far, but. This past weekend, they hosted Florida State, and
like 3rd or 4th in the country.
Yeah, and
top 5.
They took 2 out of 3.
Is that all?
They lost the first game on Friday, and then they had a doubleheader like we did, and they had a walk off in game 2, and then they beat them pretty soundly in game 3. So that's their weekend, guys. Though, but that's an impressive weekend for them. Looking at their midweek, they're 0-3 on midweek so far. So they're kind of, like I said,
let's try to make that 0-4.
Yeah, they got some young guys playing, just like we do, and a lot of guys are getting time during the midweeks, and hopefully we can jump on them and like you said, make it 0-4.
That's a 7:05 first pitch on Tuesday at BB&T Park. By the way, 7:05. That ought to be on TBS, shouldn't it? Right, TBS. 7:05.
They used to have those shows. Yeah.
You can't hear that on the radio, right?
Yeah, ESPN 730 is broadcasting that game on Tuesday night. So you can't make it out.
I have a better idea.
What's that?
Don't listen. I mean, listen to it. If you're going to listen to it on the radio, listen to it on the radio while you're in the park. Just come out, right? I mean, it's in downtown. Yeah. It's easy to get to. Yeah,
it's a beautiful ballpark. You can't beat it for baseball, and I think the weather's supposed to clear up. And I know it's
gonna be a little on the cool side, so bring a jacket. But it looks clear.
Yeah, it'll be nice, and they all the concessions are open like the Knights have, and they're kind of doing their trial run of things before their season gets rolling with concessions and parking and all that stuff. So it's a great opportunity to play in a great ballpark. I know the players love it, and the coaches love it, and fans, we love it. So
I love that. I mean, this is awesome that the Knights have stepped up and are doing this. I mean, I'm sure there are many benefits for them as well. But I mean, what a recruiting tool and what an asset for our program to be able to tell your prospects.
Right.
You come play for us. You're going to do this.
You're going to play at a AAA park and multiple times during your career at Charlotte. Yeah. So.
I mean, we're averaging two or three a year.
Yeah, and so over 4 years, you're playing several games in front of sometimes 6,000 to 10,000 people that we've had in those college games up there. Great. I mean, I can't say enough about it. I know there's a lot of folks that work uptown, and they can get right over there to the ballpark.
You want to go ahead and I know we plug tickets every week. You want to go ahead and drop the ticket info for this game? Right.
Yeah. You go to the Knights website. They have go to tickets. They have a collegiate baseball series link. You click on that, and it'll show you all the collegiate games. Just click on. We play Wake there. We play Arkansas there next week, and we play Chapel Hill there the following week. So we got three Power 5 conference schools coming in to Charlotte to play us, and going go get your tickets there.
Yeah. So just to make sure, we just want to point that out, that if you call, the folks at the 49ers ticket office would love to hear from you, but they're not going to be able to sell you Knights tickets for those games. So check them out online, and by the way, I mean, there will be people this happens every year. People that kind of show up there and try to get a ticket, and most folks I've talked to that have done that usually regret it.
Yeah, the first game, especially that first game against NC State, I think I don't think the ticket office was staffed appropriately for that game, and I think they got more of a crowd than they thought. And there was some long lines to get tickets, walk-up tickets.
That might have been when the Knights started to think, oh, we might be onto something here.
Yeah, they had 8,000 plus there that night, so it was good. But yeah, moving on. That's Tuesday. Then
so then we come back home this weekend, right? We're going to open up conference play back at the Hayes against an FIU team that I know we know they're a young team, but they got a lot of talent, and so far their results have kind of been about like you'd expect.
Yeah, they beat Miami this week at a midweek. So yeah, they're a young team. They have they had the nation's #1 recruiting class, but they had, it's funny, out of the 19 guys in their class, they had 13 guys drafted and signed by major league clubs. Had a guy go in the first, second, third, 8th, 11th, and 13th round, just to name a few. But
they did that on. I mean, they knew that was going to happen.
Well,
right?
you had to have an idea when you.
Let's just sign a ton of them.
And one of them was a coach's kid. But those guys aren't here. With the guys that declined to go to the pro and stuck around. Baseball America, they had 3 of their freshmen at top in our conference, top 3 freshmen in our conference. Logan Allen, we'll see him. He's their Sunday guy. He's a two-way player. He's a left-handed pitcher. Plays first base for him when he's not pitching. He was named preseason freshman of the year by Baseball America. We'll see him. They also have another right-handed pitcher that was drafted. Logan Allen was drafted 16th round by the Orioles. Another right-handed pitcher they've got that was drafted 15th round by the Brewers, Christian Santana. He's a bullpen guy. He's kind of been hit or miss. But their third freshman that they have that was on that all-conference freshman team, Jose Garcia, the catcher, he was drafted 38th round by the Red Sox. So, and I think he's leading their team in batting, I believe, at this point as at the broadcast time. So they've got a lot of good freshmen, a lot of incoming guys that are producing right out of the way. Let's go through their starting weekend rotation. Their Friday guys, a sophomore Tyler Myrick, right-handed pitcher. Last year he was all-conference USA first team. It's going to be a tough test. Their Saturday guy, sophomore, also was on Conference USA freshman team, Nick McDonald. And then I mentioned their Sunday guy is a freshman, left-handed pitcher Logan Allen. So,
is any of this supposed to make me feel better?
Well, they've been inconsistent. They're 7-7, and they're 7-7 right now. And they look at their schedule. They've got right now. They're playing actually right now. They had to push their Saturday games to a doubleheader Sunday starting at 3 and 6. So they've been up and down. They lost 2 of 3 to Missouri, won 2 out of 3 against Grambling, split with Florida A&M, lost 2 of 3 to Jacksonville State, beat Miami midweek. But then they're in this tournament this weekend. They're playing several games before they get to us. The Friday they played St. Joe's and lost to St. Joe's from our A-10 days. Western Michigan, they beat them, and they're having a doubleheader on Sunday with George Mason, and then they turn around Monday and play George Mason again. And then Wednesday, before they come to Charlotte, they're playing Rutgers down in Florida at Port Charlotte. It's called a Snowbird Classic. They're playing down in Port Charlotte. I think it's a minor league spring training site. But so they're playing a lot of games before they get to town. But like I said, they've been up and down, and they're throwing young guys in the mix right away. So,
and what I like about on our side of it is that, I mean, we've had talking about pitching rotation here. Josh has been, he's been Josh, so far. Very consistent, very solid this year. Matt Brooks is looking, Saturday he looked the best that he's looked so far. Really had a great game. He's trending in the right direction. If we can get Sunday figured out and sorted out, then I really like what we're bringing to the table here. And hey, folks, this is conference play. This is our 3-game sweep's nice. Yeah. What's it about though? Getting the series win.
Right. And
get 2 out of 3, and you're good. That's golden.
Yeah, and we have a veteran pitching staff. I think in key positions, and going up against the young guys like that. But it'll be nice to have the students back off spring break this weekend, and looking forward to having a big crowd at the Hayes for our opening conference series. I don't think FIU will bring as many fans as ECU did.
No, I don't think FIU has a big alumni base in the area.
Well, if I was living in Miami, I don't know if I'd leave Miami.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
what could play into our hands? See what you think about this. Is if we can jump on them, especially as young pitchers, we're very aggressive at the plate, right? At the plate and on the base paths. If we can get some of those young guys rattled, that could snowball on them.
Yeah, I agree. I'd love to see us jump on them early and start the series off right. But it doesn't get easier. We got some great matchups coming up this week. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. What do you see from what kind of week did we have with Conference USA? As they're also wrapping up their out of conference series.
Well, we want to look at the conference so far before the conference gets going. I got Southern Miss at 11-4 with FAU right up there. They're both 11-4 starting the season. FAU's got a 4 RPI. Marshall 10-4 right up there with them. La Tech 12-5. And then we have
Marshall's kind of surprising.
Yeah, they beat App State 2-3, right?
Yeah, again, we appreciate that.
And then we have Western Kentucky. We're right there with Western Kentucky. They're 9-7. We're 8-7. Middle Tennessee, I think they got beat by West Virginia this weekend. And then FIU 7-7, UTSA 6-7, UAB 6-8, Rice 7-10. I think they lost their series this week too. Old Dominion 6-9. So that's where we sit with the out of conference. I guess you call it pre-conference season in the books.
And now we're going to beat up on each other for the next 10 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. FIU was picked to finish 5th in the conference by the coaches, and we were picked to finish 6th. So this is a good chance to get on a team this weekend that we might be in a logjam with come May.
Did we? We'll go do it. Go back and do it. Maybe. Did we retweet that video from the West Virginia Middle Tennessee series?
No. Well, the pitcher, the ump called Tom, and
it was so obvious.
The pitcher for West Virginia just drilled the umpire.
Yeah, the umpire calls Tom out at the last moment there, and he has stood up. He's got his hands raised. He's moving to the left. He is not even remotely behind the catcher, and West Virginia's pitcher just fires it in and just drills the umpire, and the umpire throws him out. I think he's going to be getting a call from. Who would he get a call from? He's going to get suspended, right?
He probably already was suspended.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy to see that. But
if you didn't see that, we'll try to put that out there. It's
crazy. Just looking back last year real quick at our FIU series, I think it was our first conference series last year, right after ECU. Went on the road to ECU last year, lost 2 out of 3. Mm-hmm. Then went down to FIU last year and took 2 out of 3 there. So now they're coming to our place, and hopefully we can jump on them and get 2 out of 3 again.
Yeah, it's important to set the tone, I think, for the conference play and get off to that good start, especially at home. You got to take care of home field advantage. Hoping for a good crowd this weekend. Students will be back, right?
So right, students will be back. And we're moving to 6 o'clock on Fridays now. That daylight savings time is here. So
yeah, thank goodness.
So a lot more people will be able to get out of work and get there to the Hayes on Friday. Hopefully the weather's nice again, or nicer, a little bit nicer than this weekend. But hopefully the weather's nice, and we'll have a good crowds out there this weekend.
Yeah, they it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and getting this weekend behind us, and we just move on. And now it's all about league play, and let's see what we can do with that.
I got one thing I've been forgetting to mention on the radio. We've got some guys playing pro ball, and
oh yeah,
we haven't even mentioned them over the past few weeks. But a couple weeks ago, we had TJ Nichting. He's down there with the Orioles. He got put on the major league squad. He got to play with the major league club for a couple games. Ended up doing pretty well. He had an RBI double. We had a nice video of that out there. And then Brett Netzer, he got put up on the major league squad with the Red Sox a few days later. He ended up getting a game-winning RBI double there for the Red Sox against the Pirates, I believe. So, and then Colton Laws is down there getting work in, and I saw Dale Jarrett tweeted today he's out there watching Zach get some work in. It's great to see those guys down in spring training getting ready for the season. Looking forward to putting more Pro Niners out there.
Yeah, and I think you can. We're definitely going to keep you guys, and thank you, Kevin, for bringing that up. It's a great point. But we will definitely keep you guys in the loop on what's going on with them as they get assignments and move forward. We had a blast last summer following what they were doing after the draft and everything, and we'll definitely be doing that again this year. And hopefully we'll have some more guys to add when we get to the draft. Have some more guys to add into that.
Yeah, it's been fun following the guys through the years, like Seager, Barnett, John Maine, Elwood, Miguel Wood.
We're there. I mean, this is the evolution of the program where we're going to be doing this more going forward, putting more guys. We've done that on. We've done that before. We've done that on a more limited basis, but I think going forward, we need to get used to that in Niner Nation. We're gonna have guys getting drafted.
Yeah, and I saw the Red Sox. Speaking of guys getting drafted, we had the Red Sox listed their top 30 prospects, and I think it was Netzer was 29, and Esplin, the guy we recruited, he was signed with us, but ended up getting drafted out of high school, went signed with the Red Sox. They were like 29th and 30th in the Red Sox organization. I mean, it'd be nice to have those two guys in the lineup, wouldn't it?
And Colton on the mound.
Yeah,
Colton, Josh, and Matt, and maybe Cooner on the weekday, and Esplin in left or right or something like that. And yeah, okay.
I mean, that goes to show the quality of our recruiting and what we're getting done on those recruiting aspect of the ball game. But I just wanted to mention our Pro Niners before we got out of here.
No, great point. Glad you did. We talked about the Uptown tickets, so make sure you get those. But for this weekend, you can always get up with the athletic ticket office on campus, packthemind49.com. Their phone number is 704-687-4949. You can always get up with them there. Come out and buy a ticket, walk up on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday too. Would love to have as many of you folks as possible out to the Hayes this weekend. If you want to get in touch with us, again, it's diamond9erfans@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter, as always. If you like what we're doing and you're not that thumbs down person, we appreciate it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Why not? We'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with Niner baseball. Kevin, we got another week in the books.
We're still here, man. We've still got listeners, and I want to say thanks to all the guys and gals that have listened to us and come up to us at the Hayes, and it really impressed. I'm really impressed with all the positive feedback, and
appreciate y'all.
Great to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we're still here and we're still talking. Until next week, we will see you guys at the Hayes.